What's up, Falcons Nation? It's your boy Jew coming at you with another Atlanta Falcons video. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up. In today's video, I would like to give you guys some Atlanta Falcons news. But if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell so you know when I've done Atlanta Falcons content. Hit that like button for your boy. I do appreciate each and every one of you guys for your continued support. Continuing to share out my content on all the social media platforms. If you'd like to follow your boy on Twitter and Instagram, you can follow me at Jew Talk Sports. If you'd like to donate to my channel, you can donate to my Cash App, which is the $ Jew Talk Sports. And if you'd like to be a part of my Jew Talk Sports membership, you can hit that join tab here on the channel as well. But with that being said, let's jump right into the video. So today in Atlanta Falcons news, the Atlanta Falcons have signed cornerback Breon Borders. Breon Borders played his college ball at the University of Duke. He goes about 6 feet, 190 pounds, and he's been in the league for about 6 seasons now. So he is a veteran cornerback, and I believe that this just adds more depth to our roster. Breon Borders have played on a lot of practice squads during his NFL career, and he has been pulled up to play in a couple regular season games. Mainly when I looked at his highlights and some tape on him, he spent most of his playing time when he was with the Tennessee Titans in 2020. And he played pretty well when he was called up to play in the regular season games with the Tennessee Titans. He is one of those guys that's a physical corner, a guy who can play inside and outside. It looks like majority of the times when he did play, he played on the outside as that outside corner. But he is a very physical corner, a guy that's not afraid to come up and tackle, a guy who has 1 career interception, and that was when he was with the Tennessee Titans. But I definitely think that this is just another depth move, another guy that they can have as a camp body, and possibly a guy who could ball out during the preseason games and possibly earn a roster spot. Mainly, I think that he'll possibly be on the practice squad because we're so deep at that defensive back position. I'd be very surprised if he ends up making the 53-man roster. But knock on wood, you never know what's going to happen in these preseason games. You never know what's going to happen at training camp. Injuries could happen. So we're hoping and keeping our fingers crossed that no injuries happen during the preseason and training camp. But I definitely think that Breon Borders is one of those guys who's definitely going to add depth to this roster. If anything, he definitely will be a guy that possibly will be on the practice squad. And if someone does get injured during the season, he could be in there that can play a couple games for you and be a solid backup player. Another good thing about Breon Borders' game is he is a guy who also can play special teams. And I always think that that's a plus if you're a guy that's barely making the roster or a guy that's in the practice squad. If you're a guy that can do multiple things, especially here in Atlanta because our coaches like guys that are versatile. If you're a guy that can play multiple spots, not only in the, play defense, but also play special teams, that could earn him a spot on this roster. But I definitely was impressed by some of the things that I've seen in his tape at Tennessee. But the main thing that stood out to me was he's a guy that's physical, a guy who didn't miss a lot of tackles, and a guy that was pretty good in coverage. But Tennessee played a lot of zone coverage when I watched tape on Breon Borders. So it was mainly him just coming down and making tackles in open space. But with that being said, you guys let me know what you think about Breon Borders being signed to the Atlanta Falcons. I definitely think, like I said, that this is another depth piece for us because we're really deep at that cornerback position. And at this point, Terry Fontenot is doing a great job of leaving, no stone unturned. So they're trying to bring in as much talent as possible to make it tough to make this 53-man roster. But with that being said, this been your boy Jew. I have a lot more content coming for you guys. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up, be blessed, peace.